Welcome everybody. In this tutorial we're going to be talking a little bit about the tools we need, the format of the course, the videos of this course, and how to maximize the potential of this course. So first of all, let's talk about the tools. So what you need for this course is you need a website called JSBin. JSBin is a free website that will allow you to build websites in real time. Now, if you've never built a website before or you've tried, this is actually really good because you don't have to wait for the compiler to compile it and go to the browser and see what you like and then do it all over again. So what this does is that if you were to use, let's say, a third-party editor, you'd have to build your website, push the run button, wait for your web browser to come up, and then see what you like, and then do that all over again. And that costs time. But in this case, it does it in real time, and you can see exactly what you like or what you dislike. So this is really cool. It's a free website, so you can go ahead and create an account, and you can save your website to the cloud, which is actually really cool. So JSBin is a awesome website here. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is you can see that this is one of the websites that we're going to be doing here. Now, one thing that you'll know is that we have this kind of Latin, and I don't think it's actually true Latin. I believe it's some kind of other kind of Latin here, but we're going to be using this Latin text through most of what we're going to be doing here in this tutorial, and that's because we need to put up some kind of text, and this Latin is what we normally use, and it's what a lot of web developers use anyway. All right, so you can see here that this actually looks pretty neat. Anyway, I do like this one here. It's a nice website. We do have more here, and we get to use these things called Font Awesome, which is really cool. Here's another one here. And then lastly, we get to actually use video, which is actually really cool, and I like that here. So there's a few websites where you get to build an entire video background. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, one thing I like to do is I also kind of zoom in quite a bit here. Now, the one thing about this is that it's virtually impossible for me to accommodate all all types of screen sizes. So I do my best, and you can see here that you can most likely see this, but sometimes I zoom out and then sometimes I zoom in, and I do that a lot because so people can see it. Okay, fairly simple stuff. And I usually, you can kind of see it up at the top there that I go back to 100%. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the format of this course. So the whole point of this course is for you to build 20 websites. And if you build 20 websites and build them and expand upon them, that is how you're going to get the most out of this course. The more you build, the better you get. It's that simple. And anyone who's created something or is a creator will tell you that. Or if they don't tell you that, it's a secret that they won't tell you. So I'm here to tell you that if you build 20 websites versus 5, you're going to be better if you build the actual 20. And I always see this after being a teacher for many years, is the students who build more are often better at the end of the semester or whatever. It's just the way it is. The more you build or practice, the better you get. Think about practicing the building like practicing a musical instrument or preparing for a sport. If you think of it like that, then you're going to be much better off. Now, we're going to also talk a little bit about the format of the videos here. Now, it's actually really hard to release one of these courses, and you might not think that, but even though I'm not making a $150 million movie, it's still hard to actually get the tutorials out the door. So I have a formula, and this formula works for me, and the reason why I do this formula is so that it can produce more content, okay? And on top of that, this formula is what I find that students like the best. So the formula is very simple. It's short tutorials, and these short tutorials are great because you don't have to, if you need to come back to that tutorial, you don't have to search through minutes and minutes or tens of minutes of content. It's just that 1 to 5 minute video is the exact content that you need, and that's it, right? And you can go back and you can find out what that is. So it's a small section of very concentrated information. Most of my students like that, and I find that students actually learn more, and they actually get through more tutorials when they do that there. So that is why I do short tutorials. It's just I have had an overwhelming amount of support and feedback for that. The other thing is that, again, it may not seem that hard to release these videos, but believe it or not, it actually is. So the one thing that I like to do is I like to put a buffer at the beginning, at the end, because I do multiple takes on these videos, and for every video that I do 1.4 takes, meaning that sometimes I get it done in one take, and sometimes I don't get it done in one take. So if I don't get it done in one take, I don't use the buffer. So for example, I have a beginning thing, something like welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to be learning blank, or we're going to be doing blank. So that is the buffer at the beginning that I say, and at the end I usually say this concludes the tutorial, or something along those lines. And the reason why I do that is that if for some reason I use the wrong take, and I usually delete the takes, but sometimes one of them slips through, but if I say that, and it's 100% on purpose, so I know that that's the actual video that we're supposed to use in the series, okay? And it may seem completely irrelevant to you, but to me, to make sure that the course is of highest quality, I do this, and it works out quite well. It works very well to have a formula. By the way, it doesn't matter what you're producing, but if you can find a formula that works for you, that is there. So some people have commented why I do that, and that's why I do that. So it's because I can make sure that the course is at the highest quality, and I can release them as fast as possible. It makes sense, all right? So the last thing that I want to share with you is that any website that we're doing here, I want you to expand upon. Every website, if you can make iterations of or make something a little bit different, you'll learn more. And the students who do this learn more, all right? Lastly, you can go to my website, mammothinteractive.com. You can see some of the games and other stuff that we do there, all right? So this is going to be the longest tutorial in the whole series, and let's begin. This concludes the tutorial.